Hello, third grade, and welcome to Persuasive Writing. Remember, persuasive writing is used to convince the audience to believe what your opinion is and have the same opinion. It's used to convince. Now, we have looked at some different things that we can use in a persuasive writing. That we need to persuade writers by using a number of reasons. Giving them many reasons. We also looked at trying to convince them to have the same point of view as you and using arguments to their objections to help convince them. Today we're going to be looking at writing a clear introduction for our persuasive writing. Now, we want our introduction, the first thing that our readers read, to be really strong, so then they want to keep reading. The very first thing we are going to do in our introduction is clearly state our point of view. Now, we talked last week, when we looked at arguments and objections, about trying to convince our parents to get a pet, and you chose whatever pet you wanted. Now today we're going to use those to start our introduction. Now let's head to our class kick and make sure that you are on this page with me. And we're going to use 3 different prompts to help us find an introduction. The first one says use an unusual detail. So maybe you want to buy a dog and you want to grab your parents' attention and be like, haven't you wanted to be exercising more? A dog, you'll have to walk and it'll let you get some more exercise. I actually added this one in there. Ask a question. Have you been wanting to work out some more? Or maybe, have you been wanting a small pet? Or have you been feeling a little lonely when you're home alone? Well, a pet could help. The third writing prompt for an interesting, there's 3. There's 3. For writing an interesting introduction, write a strong feeling or statement. Said, I have always wanted, since I was 5 years old, to have my own pet that I could love so much. Then we clearly state our point of view. Now, our introductions might be a little different. But I want you to write up at the top what animal you chose to convince your parents, so we can remember what we are trying to focus on. So write that up at the top. And we're first going to write our point of view, because that's what we're going to put after our strong lead. So our point of view and what we want to try to convince our parents of, I think we should get insert your pet or dog or lizard, whatever you wanted to get from your parents. I think we should get a blank to have as a pet. And then we'll list reasons why. Remember, reasons are part of the argument that we're going to add. So go ahead, you can type this out, but put whatever animal you chose right here. So I think we should get a dog to have as a pet. I think we should get a cat to have as a pet. I think we should get a fish. And I'll do one of these introductions with you, and you can come up with the other ones on your own. So use an unusual detail. So I want to convince my parents to get a pet dog. And I remember when my mom was little, she showed me pictures of her pet dog. So I'm going to use that unusual detail to convince her to let me get a dog. I remember you had a dog when you were a little girl. Then my next statement would be, I think we should get a dog to have as a pet. So I grabbed her attention and then I told her what I want. We're going to become master convincers after we practice more persuasive writing. For your assignment, you need to match these introductions to your animal that you chose. Ask a question, write a strong feeling or statement. We need more activity in our house. And then we will continue looking at persuasive writing in our next lesson.